right, everybody, and welcome to Eternal Racing Championship here from the virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Matthew Chase, and we are going to the round of 8 playoffs here for Eternal Racing Championship. As we head to the race here, the South Point 200. 134 laps, 4 additional sets of tires, stages at laps 45 and 83. This 1.52 mile tri-oval in the desert is going to be very hot, as it's 78 degrees Fahrenheit ambient temperature, only a little bit of wind. But the real trick, 140 degree track temps here, will play a massive factor on the grip levels of these Cup cars. Taking a look at the board so far. Our fast time goes to the number 51 of Chris Romano, as he's got himself a 30.534. And then Mason Tomlinson, second fastest so far. As Mason's working on getting it down pit road and seeing if he can, what he can do for entry there. He's got a 30.539, so right behind Romano's time. And so far, Nolan McClurg, third fastest. In the 6 car, he's got a 30.562. And once again, this is the start of the round of 8. 2 more races here in this round to decide who will lock their way into the Championship 4. And of the drivers we have on track so far, 7 out of the 8 of them all have a chance to secure their way into the Championship 4 with a win tonight. We take a look here. Everybody from here up: Mercado, Ryan McClurg, Brandon Biddy, Chris Romano, Mason Tomlinson, William Kern, Tyler Helsel, and Bryce Fontaine, your 8 drivers into the championship. And looks like we got another one driving, driver getting out of their hauler and getting their car onto the track. Toughest parts of this track. Turn 4 seems to usually be a problem, and there's bumps down there on the inside lane of turns 1 and 2. And those 2 are the problem spots. You've got to be careful not to get bottomed out down on the inside lanes down there in turns 1 and 2. And just coming off of turn 4, it gets very tight and kind of bottlenecks out of 4. So watch for cars to be getting that outside wall coming out of turn 4. One great thing about this track is you're seeing Tomlinson running the high side, multi-groove. So we should see some of that racing here tonight, much like a lot of the intermediate tracks. The multi-groove racing plays a factor. The high side definitely will be one of the faster ways around. Being able to keep that car's momentum up. Qualifying is here, though. And it looks like Romano, the fastest guy in practice, will be the first one out of pit road. Looking to go out there and set the fast time here in qualifying as well, as he tries to take care of the tires on this out lap. Wants to get some heat into him, so he's taking the top. And he is the first one across the line to start hot laps. And he tags the wall out of turn 4. So that time not going to count. So that'll put Kern and Mercado. And then Fontaine in third so far. Let's follow along with Brandon Biddy with the fourth fastest. We'll follow along with Romano on his second lap here. Got to be careful out of turn 4. The car gets very tight, so he's got to be conservative a little bit. And lap 2, Romano's third fastest. Brandon Biddy coming across the line on lap 2. .31.27 there for Biddy. Ryan McClurg about to finish lap number 1. 32.79. Sorry, 32.78. Rounded up. And Fontaine on lap 2. Ryan McClurg jumps to the second spot on the board with a 762. Nolan McClurg on lap 2 right now, coming off the backstretch. Off turn 4. Nolan's time is pole position with a 6:45. The only driver left to put a lap in is Mason Tomlinson. He's already got one down with a 30.78. Off turn 4, keeps it off the wall. We'll see. He cuts the tri-oval. How much time can he gain in lap 2? 6:76, not the pole. But it will be outside front row here for Tomlinson. And all of our drivers have gotten their qualifying efforts in. So, we will be right back. drivers ripping away here. We'll look at the starting grid. Nolan McClurg on the pole here in the number 6 with Mason Tomlinson to the outside front row. Jose Mercado inside row 2, as he'll be there with Ryan McClurg. William Kern will be starting inside row 3 with Chris Romano in 6th. And then Fontaine starts 7th. Chris Walsh 8th, and Brandon Biddy at the back of the field here starting shotgun. Nine drivers here to take on the Tri-Oval in the Desert in Sin City. And Nolan McClurg will lead them to the green flag here. And the green flag flies. They're racing here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Getting up through the gears. The inside lane will be a little bit better, but the momentum from the top side will get Tomlinson to the outside of the pole sitter. Defending the runs is a lot easier from the high side, as Mason Tomlinson will lead lap number 1 here. McClurg not willing to give up the race lead, though, still continuing to battle from the bottom. And he will clear. Well done there from McClurg. He will take over the race lead. Mason with the crossover move. He'll look to the inside now down the front straightaway. Now that Mason's out front, he'll look to rip away on the high side. Hard chargers early on here is Fontaine, the 17, up 4 spots. And he's in the podium position right now, and Nolan McClurg looks to the inside once again on Tomlinson. I think he caught the wall up there in turns 1 and 2. That's the run, the rescue run, running the wall. As they continue to battle at the front, Tomlinson and McClurg still side by side. Every time off the top, Mason's able to get a good run off of 2 and 4. Nolan able to battle back in those corners on the bottom. Side draft down the backstretch. Trying to keep Tomlinson real close. And clear for Mason Tomlinson as he takes back over the race lead as they get single filed out here at the front. Close racing back here as Romano keeps peeking the nose to the inside on Brandon Biddy. Oh, and Mercado, I think, caught the apron there as he's falling back now. Oh, tagged in the back there by Ryan McClurg. He keeps control of the car, though. Mono gets by Brandon Biddy up into the 5th spot. Mercado took an awkward line down there, down the backstretch. Oh, and he hits the wall into turn 1. The right front might be a little bit damaged. Yeah, a little bit of scraping there on the right front of Mercado's car. And Tomlinson continuing to run the top. Here comes McClurg back on the bottom. He keeps getting very close to him. McClurg taking a different line this time as Tomlinson goes to the inside. That'll be a great run down the backstretch for McClurg. Moving back here. Yeah, Biddy's falling back now behind Ryan McClurg. And now Mercado looking to get by on the inside as well. Back up front, battle for the lead once again as Nolan McClurg looks like he's charging up the inside. Crossover once again here from Mason. And now the top side working for McClurg as he continues to hold the race lead. One downside to running the high line is the temperature in the tire is going to be higher for sure. They're doing a great job of throwing the dirty air onto the nose of Tomlinson, and he gets tight off of 2. That's going to give Fontaine a look to the inside. Not sure why that was as tight as it was. And oh, closing the door goes Fontaine. That gives the 17 second place here. And a lot of lost time for Tomlinson. back here. Romano and Walsh side by side. Battle of the Chris's for that 5th spot. Walsh able to get a great run on the high side. Down the front straightaway. Chris Walsh should be able to get clear. He will continue to run the high side. That should give him everything he needs. He's not running high. He's running like middle line. That seems to work out pretty good, as he'll have still more momentum than the driver on the inside of Romano. Fontaine falling back from McClurg as Nolan starts to pull away here. Romano getting challenged by Ryan McClurg on the inside lane. But also looking to challenge Walsh back for that 5th spot. Mercado goes to the outside on Ryan McClurg. And now Romano runs up the inside. Mercado looking to follow him through, get by Walsh. Romano's clear. And now Mercado will dive down to the inside in 3 and 4. Oh, and we actually missed a change of 3rd place as William Kern gets by Mason Tomlinson for that final podium position. But now, back here for the 5th spot, Mercado gets up to it, running on the inside on Romano. Romano going to try to go for the crossover down the backstretch, down into turn 3. Tight for Romano. He's going to lose a lot of time there. Ryan McClurg going to look to the outside now. Had to let out, otherwise he was taking out Mercado. Back up front, Fontaine starting to close that gap back up to Nolan McClurg. As the 6th car has led the way ever since taking over the lead from Tomlinson last time. Those two battled it out pretty hard at the front. Now Fontaine closing up on the 6. little over the halfway point of the first stage tonight. Take a look at this group again. You got 4 drivers at the front battling it out, and then 4 drivers back here battling it out for that top 8. And Romano's going down pit road. He's the first one to bite for pit road. Now the question becomes, who else will have to head down here soon? It looks like Fontaine's going to be the next one. He'll give up second place to William Kern for that. Romano just coming out. And here comes your race leader, Nolan McClurg, as well as Mason Tomlinson. Those two coming down pit road this time by. And that'll leave William Kern to the race lead once again. He got the win last week at Pocono with some fuel saving. And that leaves Biddy, Mercado, and Walsh to join him as the only drivers who have not come down pit road. Right now, Fontaine is the second car a lap down as he's gaining on Tomlinson. He'll go by Mason. Romano just ran his fastest lap at a 30.55 last time by. And Walsh comes down pit road. That leaves only Biddy, who is coming down now. Never mind. William Kern and Jose Mercado, the only 2 left to pit. And Mercado comes this lap. 13 to go in the first stage. I heard the downshift. Yep, here comes Will. He's coming down pit road this time. That will give Fontaine his lap back. And Fontaine should be the net race leader. Indeed, Fontaine will get out in front of Kern, and Tomlinson will actually join him getting by the 31. And there goes Jose Mercado as well as Nolan McClurg, who has caught up to Mercado, looking for that 3rd spot here. McClurg looks to the outside. Seeing how good the outside lane can be. If I'm Fontaine here, I'm just kind of being nice and easy on the tires. You got plenty of gap between yourself and the driver behind, and only 10 laps in the first stage to go. The stage win's nice for the points, but if a race win's on the board, it won't matter if you get in the championship race. Championship race, everybody's even Stevens, so McClurg has gotten by Tomlinson as well. So I would imagine tires on the 6. And because of the gap between Fontaine and everybody else, I would imagine no tires taken on that pit stop by the 17. Clerk has gained a little bit of time to Fontaine, but is not gaining at enough of a pace to catch up to Fontaine for the stage. And Mason has actually fallen behind Mercado now, too. So Tomlinson back to the 5th spot. He's staying tight to his teammate in the number 41. And it looks like Romano gaining on Tomlinson as well for that 5th spot. Romano will get by Tomlinson for that 5th position. Three laps to go in the first stage. And the race leader coming off of turn 4 right now. 2 to go. McClurg has gained a little bit more time, but again, not enough time to, I believe, catch him in the next 2 laps. So should be pretty straightforward here. Final lap of the first stage. And Fontaine going to take stage 1 very handedly. And the caution is out. Man, Mason fell all the way down to the 8th spot. That is unfortunate for the 4. I'm guessing no tires in that pit stop, and he burned them up early on in stage 1 with the high side. Good clean first stage as well. No incidents. And Fontaine gets out in front. So we'll dial up our stage 1 winner here, Bryce Fontaine. How you feeling after stage 1?
I feel pretty good. Definitely need to lock in a little bit more here. I've got the truck race on the other monitor, so I've been kind of looking up at that. Had a couple moments there. Off of 3 is a little loose, especially on 2. I usually don't waste a set of tires, but I figured with Tyler not making it tonight, I wanted to try to guarantee myself a stage win, and it actually looks like tires are the call. Track is 124 degrees out here. It's really slick, so tires are definitely wearing at a different kind of pace than what they usually do. But I was able to look at some numbers there and kind of know what I need to do for this next stage and for the end of the race. And clean air is key, as I kind of figured it would be here. So a couple things to try to manage here, and we'll try to get it done here again in stage 2. And hopefully, if everything goes great, we'll try to get it done at the end. But some guys out here have some pretty quick pace as well, and I know there's some varying strategies. So it's still right now anybody's race.
Absolutely. Well, Bryce, good luck here in stage 2 and beyond, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we can get this Precision Speed Solutions Camry to the front again. I appreciate it.
All right. Good luck.
Later.
And there goes stage 1 winner. And your points leader going into the beginning of the round of 8, Bryce Fontaine. And as he alluded to as well, the driver right behind him in the points, Tyler Helsel, did not make it tonight. So big time points loss here for Helsel. Pace car dives off. Into the restart zone. Fontaine goes late in the box. And a good restart for the inside group. As Kern gets out in front as well. Fontaine, Kern, Romano, the top three right now. All of those guys came from the inside on the restart. And the first guy starting on the outside was the 6 of McClurg. He's going to dive to the inside down into turn 3. Getting tight off of 4, though. Had to let out of it for a moment. He was to the inside of Romano. Romano cleared, though, with a great run off the top. Kern tight to that quarter panel of Fontaine as he dives to the inside in turns 3 and 4. Romano also in position on that outside, looking maybe for a crossover of the top 2. Kern takes over the race lead, though, across the line. Personally seen some great battles between Kern and Fontaine in the past. They know how to race hard but respectfully of each other. They've done a very good job of that throughout their career together. And that was very tight coming off of turn 4 there for McClurg, who just got the fastest lap of the race last time by. A little bit tight there for Fontaine as he snags the wall down out of turn 2. Trying to side draft the 31 and keep him close, and barely not clear as the run off the top keeps Fontaine in it. And they'll continue to do battle side by side. And a harder shot off of turn 2 that time for Fontaine, as he's trying to get everything he can out of the car. He might have just taken the left front out of that car, though. Oh, and Kern gets loose. What a save from Will. We talked about how the danger zone could be turn 4. And I've seen this car really start to do the snap loose condition when you get in front of that car behind right across the nose, or the tail rather, of the car in front. So one thing to watch here. McClure continuing to battle it out with Fontaine for that second spot. Now Fontaine getting the better of that battle. And Romano early pitting here. Very much going for the undercut. And now McClurg once again getting into a battle with Fontaine. He'll get by this time. Definitely some saving going on here between these drivers. And I'm guessing Fontaine as well on the save train. As McClurg gets a great run to the inside. And I would have to guess that he is not saving. This time by only going to be 15 to go in stage 2. For those drivers not saving, though, they'll have to pit, which means McClurg will have to come down pit road. Ryan McClurg catching Fontaine here as well. I know we've been hearing Fontaine and Kern clutching into the corners to try to save fuel. And Ryan McClurg not doing that. Not sure about Mason Tomlinson. We'll take a little bit of a listen here down into turn 3. Yeah, sounds like Mason's clutching. Walsh is not clutching, so no saving there. And yeah, the McClurgs both going down pit road that time. Yeah, Mercado's saving. Nine to go in the stage as William Kern crosses the line. We heard how good of a job Kern was able to do, or we remember how good of a job Kern was able to do last time at Pocono. Saved a lot of laps of fuel. Eight to go. Oh, I think Fontaine's got enough fuel already. He's ready to challenge for the race lead, and no challenge needed. He'll get by for the lead with 8 to go, coming to 7. Fontaine and Kern both still saving. But Kern's going to put the pressure on. Chris Walsh got by Mason Tomlinson for that 3rd spot right now. Now, Walsh hasn't been saving. At least not like, or not the last time we checked anyway, he hadn't been saving. But maybe he saved early in the run. As Kern did get back by Fontaine. And Fontaine going to have to continue coasting through the corners. As Walsh gets by for second. Yeah, there goes Chris Walsh back. Looking down pit road. That'll give Tomlinson a run to the inside on Fontaine. 2 to go here in stage 2. White flag in second stage here. William Kern has the lead, but Tomlinson seems like he's faster now. He's got enough fuel saved up. And there goes Mason around the top side. And a last lap pass here for Mason Tomlinson as he will win stage 2. Oh, and Mason's not going to make it back around, so he's coming down pit road a lap early. As is William Kern. I don't know if Fontaine didn't... Did he run out? Fontaine might have run out. Everybody else coming down pit road here. Mercado leading them down. Fontaine made it back around, so. And Kern out front once again. He's already done his pit stop, so we'll grab Will. William Kern, stage 2 winner. I saw you had to come down pit road a little bit early there, but you got stage win. How you feeling after stage 2?
You may want to check that. I'm pretty sure Mason beat me.
Oh, that's right. He did, didn't he? That's right.
Yes,
Last
he did.
lap. Well, how you feeling after stage 2? We'll talk to you real quick since you're out of pit road.
Sure. I mean, I tried a little fuel strategy. Mason somehow saved a lot more than I did, which doesn't normally happen. So I will have to have a chat with my pit crew.
That's that Mustang versus Toyota, right? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, at least I tried. Give it a little shot. But yeah, this second batch, we'll see if I can run it hard. No fuel saving this time, so.
All right. Well, good luck here in stage 3, and maybe we'll talk to you at the end.
Thanks.
And then we'll get our actual stage winner here. How about that? We'll grab our actual stage winner. I grabbed our second place finisher before, but Mason Tomlinson gets the stage 2 win. How you feeling after stage 2?
I needed that. I roasted my tires in the first stage and I slapped the wall pretty hard, and that was I think I need an EOL because I entered a closed pit early and it went away after the second pit.
I got you.
But yeah, I needed that, man. I roasted my tires and hit the wall, and then I didn't take tires in the stage or in the pit stop in the green flag on the first stage. So
I got you on the EOL there, bud. Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
So I you know, normally if there's 20 cars or something, that might have worked out better, but I should have known better than that, you know, with 8 guys in here. So
yeah.
but now we can go racing for real. So I'm excited to see what happens because I know I'm fast. I just got to manage my tires.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. I got to go to the end. I got to go to the end, guys. So we'll see what happens, man. I feel good about it.
All right. Well, we're about to go to the green. We'll get you back up there with your team. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man. I'm at the end of the line, fellas. Come on.
See what Mason can do from the back. Nolan McClurg and Jose Mercado. Everybody else single file behind. That's bad news there for McClurg because he's going to have a freight train on the inside. But we're going to go back to the green flag. Mercado with an early jump. And he'll be clear. No problems at all. We're back to single file fully. And Tomlinson already making moves as he goes to go by William Kern. He's to the inside. That high side will be prevailing, though, for Will. Fontaine's gotten himself up to third. I think there's only 1 or 2 drivers that were in front of him there. Nolan McClurg looks to the outside. He's got the outside on Mercado. Now McClurg has it. Still good run off the top out of turn 4. Mercado holding him high up against that wall. And now Fontaine looking to the outside as McClurg gets clear. Mercado doing the same thing to Fontaine that he did to McClurg down the front straightaway as he runs high and tight onto the outside wall through the tri-oval. And now Fontaine with a great run out of turn 2 gets up to second. And we'll look to continue making that work. We saw it in the background behind McClurg, and now Mercado is fallen back to third as Romano will try to get that third place away from him. think that was Biddy diving out of line. Trying to get out of the way, I guess. I'm not sure. And Romano has gotten by Mercado for that third spot. Mercado's going to have to deal with William Kern here as well. Kern has closed up the gap. And the gap officially overcome here for Kern, as he now right on the back bumper of Mercado. Ooh, hits that outside wall out of turn 2. Kern falling back a little bit off of Mercado. Tomlinson has closed the gap up a little bit as well. Kern was able to get by Mercado as he's up to 4th now. He's He's got his sights set on Romano as he closes up to the back bumper of the 51. Offset 3 wide there. Mercado looked to the inside, trying to get a great run. And Kern on the inside of Romano. Able to clear as he got a good push there from Mercado. So now Mercado looking to get around the outside once again. Get back up to 4th. And he will do so. And now Mercado looks to the outside on Romano. Door got shut there on Kern by Romano. Some great battling going on here from 3rd all the way back to now 6th. As Tomlinson has closed in even farther on this group in front. Out in front though, Nolan McClurg continuing to lead the way here. Fountain trying to chase him down. Here comes McClurg down pit road, this time by Romano and Ryan McClurg joining. That leaves the race lead in the hands of the 17 of Fountain. Here comes Fountain this time. Tomlinson will join him. Leaves Mercado and Kern. Mercado's coming this lap. That leaves Kern as the only driver out there. Chris Walsh gets in front of Fountain as well. He'll get passed by the 17. Kern's going into 3. Fountain coming down the backstretch right now. Fastest lap of the race that last time by Mason, and no, Mason. Four cars around. That's the first caution for Kaz on the night. And that plays up the strategy a little bit. See what happened to Mason. Hits the wall and around he goes as Mercado was tight to the quarter panel. And a real hard shot to the driver's side of the number 4. That's bad news for Mason. And Fountain will get the free pass. We got an old school NASCAR restart here. Single file restart for everybody. That's going to be damage on the right side there for Kern. Not sure how bad it is. Looks like he might be all right. Kern able to hold on to the race lead right now. Mercado looks to the inside on McClurg for that third spot. Good hard battling for P3 right now. And around goes McClurg. As Mercado now has big time damage. Nolan McClurg was just expecting the 6 to be staying where he was, and McClurg expecting Mercado down farther. And there was nowhere for Ryan McClurg to go. He was not ready for the 41 to come back up across, and then the 6 of Nolan McClurg right up in front of him as well. I think that'll be the end of the night for Nolan and Jose. Of course, Ryan McClurg going to be coming down pit road, as will Mason Tomlinson. Mason still having that damage from the last incident. Race car is going to dive off here. Kern and Fontaine on the front row. Green flag with 8 laps left here. Now 7. Romano holds that 3rd spot. Chris Walsh trying to join into the battle for the top 3. Closes the gap behind Romano. 5 to go here from Las Vegas as William Kern continues to lead the way. Romano ripping boards up on the high side. Might have caught a few of them. Definitely caught him there off of turn 4. Romano able to charge back on the outside to get by Chris Walsh. And does Fontaine have anything for Kern? It doesn't appear to be so. Will's got a 9/10 of a second lead over Fontaine. 2 to go here for William Kern as he crosses the line. Smooth and steady laps is all he needs. As he comes off turn 4, 7/10 of a second is the gap. White flag in the air for William Kern. Off of turn 4 for the final time, your race winner from Las Vegas, William Kern. Take a look at the race results real quick. William Kern, the winner. Bryce Fountaine gets second. Chris Walsh in third. Chris Romano fourth. And Ryan McClure rounding out the top 5. Mason Tomlinson ends up in 6th. Jose Mercado in 7th. Nolan McClurg 8th. And then Brandon Biddy rounding out the field here tonight. And I don't see Chris Walsh. So we'll jump straight to second place. We'll grab our second place finisher, Bryce Fountaine, in the number 17. Pretty good car for you tonight, but inevitably ending up with the wrong side of the strategy with the caution. How you feeling after second place tonight, though, Bryce?
It is what it is. It's been an interesting ride up to this point, but yeah, Kern is 2 for 2 on the strategy these last couple weeks, so congrats to him.
Yeah, and I mean, you had the stage win in stage 1. I mean, there's no way to know the caution's going to come out in that situation, and Kern decides to run long. I mean, obviously you want no caution there at the in that third stage, but did you have anything else for him after the caution?
No, I mean, I knew once the caution came out, I was done. I had a lap set that I wanted to pit on that lap, and then of course a handful of laps later the caution comes out. So I had the one chance there on the backstretch when he kind of cut the nose. I mean, you can argue the hole wasn't there, but I had the momentum. I wasn't lifting, and I had to check and get on the brakes to avoid wrecking us both. And that's kind of when I knew that it was going to be over. But good luck to Kern. Congrats to him for making it onto the next round, and good luck to all the other drivers that are racing. Apparently, I'm manipulating races, so I'm going to go ahead and just bow out, and I'll show up to win some money at Homestead, and yeah, that's what we'll do. So congrats to everybody who will move on, and it was a fun race.
All right. Well, Martinsville's next week. You said you're bowing out, so you said you're going to show up for some money at Homestead. Anybody I'd like to shout out for? Let you go.
Just shout out Precision on the car, Precision Speed Solutions, Pay RVA, JZM Custom Tile Works. Of course, you for broadcasting, and the wife and the son for allowing me to spend the time to do it.
All right, Bryce. Well, congrats on second. We'll catch you, I guess, at Homestead.
Yep, later.
And last but not least, William Kern gets the race win. Right side of strategy here 2 weeks in a row, Will. How you feeling after the race win?
Pretty good. I mean, it shows I can at least win without fuel saving anyways.
Well, that's fair. That is fair. I know that you got the win last week, and now you got some more momentum with a win here at Vegas. How do you feel about your chances now in the championship race at Homestead-Miami?
Pretty good. I mean, Martinsville's a tough track. I mean, I really needed tonight's win because that locks me in, I believe, for the next round.
Yep.
And Martinsville's tough. So I'm in the final 4. Anything, I mean, I'm just gonna push as hard as I can at Martinsville now. I was gonna do it kind of conservative depending on how tonight went, but I might as well push it. I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're locked in, and I mean, maybe you don't need to do fuel strategy at Martinsville. I'm trying to remember any kind of the Martinsville races that I've seen you in, but I mean, I don't know.
I have won a couple times on fuel strategy with Martinsville, absolutely. I'm good at Martinsville and trucks. I'm decent, or in the old school, like before they changed the Xfinity. I don't think I've ever been there in Cup, but I can't remember. Like I said, it's a tough track, man. Luckily, we don't have 40 drivers up in here. We should have anywhere between, probably 7 to 12 next week. And it's a small track, so that'll help for some good racing. Hey, man, 3 wide tonight between me, Nolan, and Bryce, that had to be some pretty good show on your broadcast.
Yeah, the 3 wide. You guys had multiple 3 wide moves there too. I think you had one with Mercado earlier on as well. That was some good racing out there, and you got the win. And of course, you said you're feeling good about your Martinsville race, just to go ahead and push. And Homestead, you feeling pretty good as well.
Yep. Yeah. I'm good at Homestead. Honestly, dude, I think I'm gonna stay in this Mustang for a bit, see what happens.
Say you've run the Mustang 2 weeks in a row and gotten the win. So I mean, hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it, man.
Yeah. I can't believe I just said that. Actually, delete that for me before you broadcast it. But yeah.
I don't think I can do that. We're live. I can't hit the button. The button doesn't work anymore. But yeah, anybody you'd like to shout out, Will, before we let you go?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you up in the broadcast booth. You've been with us all season and doing a hell of a job on the broadcast, man. I always go back and watch it. So good job up there, and thank you. Appreciate everybody who puts on the broadcast or the league and everything. You know, Bryce and all the other admins, and yeah, always the wife. Got to thank her, and just looking forward to Homestead now at this point.
Absolutely. Well, we'll let you go. Congrats on the race. Wow, the race win apparently is what I was going backwards. Race win and locking yourself in the championship 4. We'll catch you next week at Martinsville, Will.
Thanks, man.
William Kern, your race winner here tonight. He locks himself into the championship 4 at Homestead-Miami in 2 weeks' time. Next week we go to Martinsville. Short track racing for the cutoff race. And we'll see who makes it in to the Final 4 to join William Kern for a chance at a championship here in ERC NASCAR. But that's going to do it here for Eternal Championship Racing. My name is Matthew Chase once again, and we'll catch you next week for Martinsville.